So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Fawn, for coming and listening to the presentation tonight. And thank you for those who are listening to this as it's recorded. My name's Kim Donahue. I met Nina through our kids. Our kids go to school together and they became friends. I sell Arbonne. I started selling Arbonne back in January. I've been working in the same job in the insurance industry since I graduated college. And so I wasn't really looking for a new job. I wasn't looking for anything really new in my life, but a friend of mine started selling Arbonne. So I listened to what she had to say. I tried her samples. I listened in. And I found that I really, really liked the product. And beyond that, I really, I found a lot of benefits from the product. I found the protein, and I found the protein really helped out in that I wasn't having sugar cravings later in the day. And it, gave me more energy. So I invited her over to my house to do a party because I wanted to be able to order protein. I wanted some hostess rewards and I wanted to be able to get the protein. So that's what she did. She did the party and she did the wellness hour, which is exactly what we're doing right now, is the wellness hour. And during that, I learned so much about what I was eating, what I wasn't eating, and what that food was doing to my body. So that's when I decided to go ahead and start this program. I wanted to make some changes for myself and I wanted to make some changes for my family. So I started this program. My husband and I did it together and we loved it. We did it back in October and we found some great results from it. So that was great. We had an answer to the food we were eating and everything was great. And then just rewind a few years, my youngest son is 3.5. When I was pregnant with him, I started learning a lot about the chemicals that you put on your body and how that affects your system. And so I had decided I was going to make some changes. I read a book about how, you can make the changes little by little. You start with just changing out your toothpaste and then you end up changing out your face cream and deodorant and you make the changes little by little. And I thought, no problem, I can do that. But fast forward 3.5 years, I'd heard about Arbonne and I realized I still hadn't made all of the changes that I wanted to. And I wasn't proud about the sunscreen I was using on my kids. I just wasn't, I couldn't be proud of what I was putting on myself and my family. So I decided to start using Arbonne's face products. Loved them. And I started using the sunscreen, the bath stuff, all that on my kids. And so now everything's great. I'm using all the wellness products. I'm eating healthy. I'm feeding my family healthy. I'm using all the skincare products and that's great. But then I'm realizing I'm doing this. This is all me, my family, we're figuring this all out. But I'm realizing that I need to share it with people because there's people that I love who didn't know the same information that I did. And I have friends and I wanted them to be able to share it with the people that they love. So that's when I decided to start selling Arbonne. Again, this was back in January. I had no idea how quickly this business would take off for me. It's been huge. It's really changed our life quite a bit. I'm able to put my kids in, gymnastics lessons or swim lessons or stuff like that I normally wouldn't have, found a spot for. But we're able to benefit that way from it as well. So Arbonne's been great to me. I talked to Nina about Arbonne quite a bit. We talked at a friend's birthday party and she decided that, she also wanted to make some changes and she wanted to share this information with her friends and family. And so she decided to start selling it as well. I'm helping her out because that's what we do. We help each other out. And I wanted to help explain the products to Nina's friends and friends from you. So the important thing to know about Arbonne, well, there's a lot of important things to be honest, but I'm going to start with the company is 36 years old and our motto is pure, safe, and beneficial. And we've been like that since day one, which is really cool because a lot of companies are starting to understand the benefits of that, starting to understand that pure ingredients are necessary, but they are just coming around to that. We've been that way for 36 years. So our recipes all of our ingredients are tried and true. We were formulated in Switzerland. And why that's important is because they have different standards over there for what they can put in their foods, in their products, and how they can label them. They ban 1,200 to 1,500 chemicals, and we ban about 10 to 12 of them. So it's really important to know that all of our products are formulated using European standards, but they're made in the US. So you get the best of both worlds there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a presentation, and this is where it gets a little dicey. So I'm going to try to share my screen with you, and if I'm unable to, just somebody kind of give me a wave or something and let me know if. All right. Do you guys see it? Awesome. Thank you. All right. So this is not the beginning of the slideshow. Oh, okay. I guess it is. Sorry. So this is where Arbonne comes in. This is our 28-day challenge. You're going to hear it referred to by a bunch of different names. I call it the Clean Eating Challenge. But basically, it's 28 days. What It's a clean eating, it's a healthy living challenge. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's not a starvation cleanse. It's nothing like that. I'm not going to tell you to go drink juice and don't eat anything else. Don't chew on anything for 5 days. It's not like that. It's all about clean eating and forming healthy habits so that even after this 28 days, your body's set up to maintain success after that. I don't show a ton of before and afters because to me, it's not about how you look. It's about how you feel. This is one that I do show, however, because this is Shane. Shane's amazing. She lives right in Chester. She lost 60 pounds. This was over 6 months. So this just shows you, you know, you can maintain this lifestyle. But she talks, if you can even read the fine print, she talks about how she feels better than she did in her 20s, right? So she has more energy. She's bubbly. She's just such a happy, like she's enjoying life and she loves it. She has teenagers and everything's great for her. And she attributes that to doing this cleanse and taking a lot of the toxic foods out of her system. So this is Amy. This is another before and after. This is, it goes to show you it's not necessarily a weight loss. This is the first picture is her right after she had her baby, right? And then before the challenge, after the challenge, she didn't have a ton of weight to lose. She had a little inflammation. And we're going to learn that inflammation is some of the most toxic. Inflammation is a sign of some toxicities in our bodies. So she did the challenge and she did see some benefits from it. Your body could change, but it's not necessarily weight loss itself. So I'm going to breeze through these ones. If you guys want to see before and afters, I can certainly share them with you, but I don't think that, like I said, it's not about the before and afters for me. So what's going on with our health? First of all, one third of U.S. adult and children are overweight, obese, or morbidly obese. And I said that includes our children. So that's really scary. We kind of have a responsibility, not only to take care of ourselves so we can be around for our kids, but also to set good examples and show our kids what's healthy and what we need to be doing to what sort of foods we should be fueling our body with. Obesity-related disease is the leading cause of death. And there's a ton of stuff that you're going to learn through this presentation that people can attribute to the food that they put in their body. And they might not necessarily think that. A lot of people think that what's going on is mainly genetics or coming from some other system, but a lot of it's coming from the food we put in our body. So I'm not going to read the whole slide to you because I know that you guys can see that. But, there's a lot of different diseases here that people suffer from that they don't realize could be fixed by changing up what you're eating. So much sugar is the number one problem here. If you take a sandwich baggie and you fill it with sugar, that's how much sugar the average American eats in a day. And we're not sitting there at the table. Well, I hope we aren't sitting at the table, like shoveling sugar into our mouth from the sugar bowl, but it's hidden in everything. It's hidden in what we eat. It's hidden in what we drink. Even like a cough drop, there's sugar in everything. So we're eating a ton of sugar. We're eating dead processed foods. And if you want to look at these two pictures, the top picture, I don't know how to move this. So the top picture is somebody spraying chemicals on our food. I don't know what he's spraying, whether it's pesticides or like fertilizer. But what's alarming is that look at what he's wearing while he's spraying that on our foods. He has to wear that to treat the food that we put in our mouths. Yeah, we might rinse it off with water, but we're putting that in our mouth. That's being grown into the foods. The second picture is a chicken. The first one is what a chicken is supposed to look like when they're naturally grown. And the second is what they actually look like, because people go to the grocery store and they want these like big white chicken breasts, and that's what they're buying. That's what's in demand right now. And so farmers are like pumping hormones into their chickens to get them to look like this, but that's not what they were intended to look like. And that's a lot of hormones going into that chicken to cause that. And if it's in the chicken and we eat it, then it's in us. So I'm going to talk a little bit about leaky gut. And this is a concept some people have heard of. Some people think it's disgusting and don't want me to talk anymore, but it's important to know. So everything, goes into your gut. There's a lot of things that can cause inflammation in our gut. Stress, toxins, prescriptions, and the foods that we eat. These can all cause inflammation in our gut. So when you have too much inflammation in your gut can't handle it all. So it starts to almost get like little holes in it. And then the inflammation and the toxins leak out of your gut, causing inflammation throughout your body. And inflammation is the leading cause of disease in your body. So it's so important to take care of your gut. 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. 75% of your serotonin receptors live in your gut, right? So a lot of people, like I said earlier, a lot of people can attribute digestion issues to the food that they're eating, but it might be a harder stretch, but it might be harder for them to understand the link between the food they're eating and what's going on with their skin, or the food they're eating and what's going on in their head. So people have like depression and anxiety and they think it's in their head, but it's related to what you're fueling your body with, because those serotonin receptors are in your gut. And then there, of course, there's the other ones that are more easy to relate. Digestion issues, constipation, diarrhea, thyroid. These are all things that can be related to what you're fueling your body with as well. So you go to the doctor with any of these symptoms that we talked about, and what's the doctor going to say? Here's a medication for that. Or even if you go to the doctor saying like you want to lose weight, they're going to say, okay, eat less, exercise more, or maybe even like here's a medication to help you with that. But all they're doing is identifying a symptom. They're not identifying the problem. So they'll put you on a medication, but remember how I talked about medications can lead to inflammation. So it's just a vicious cycle. They'll put you on the medication, but then you end up with the inflammation, not feeling well. So think about it this way. If you go into your bathroom, the bathtub's overflowing, the bathtub's clogged, the faucet's running, and it's overflowing. There's water everywhere. Nobody, or at least I hope nobody, is going to go grab a mop and start mopping it up. First thing you're going to do is turn off that water. You're going to unclog that drain. You're not going to reach for a mop and mop that up while the water's still pouring everywhere, but that's what we're doing. We're going to the doctor. They're giving us a mop to mop up the symptoms while we're not actually addressing the root of the problem. So these are, your body gives you little red flags, okay? And sometimes we listen to them, but more often we don't listen to them. And these are all little red flags that indicate that you could need to detox. So I'll just briefly go over them. Low energy, frequent headaches, brain fog, sugar cravings, constipation, bloating, gassiness, indigestion, can't function without coffee, that was me, aches, pains, or stiffness, difficulty losing weight, prescription medication, food allergy, skin problems, fast food, diet sodas. These are all things that you want to think about removing from your diet, and you need to do a detox. So the benefits of a detox, obviously, is removing the toxins from your body. It reduces inflammation, it prevents chronic disease, enhances the immune system, it'll help to balance your hormones, it'll slow premature aging, increase weight loss, boost energy, improve skin quality, create mental and emotional clarity, and restore a balance to your body's system. So the goal here is to eat clean, okay? And what does eating clean mean? It's pesticide-free, it's hormone-free, it's antibiotic-free, it's saturated fat-free, trans fat-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and we'll get to those, refined sugar-free, artificial flavor-free, and artificial sweetener-free. Like I said, it's not a diet, it's not a phase, it's a lifestyle change. So it's intended to repeal foods that are sabotaging your health, reprogram your body to efficiently remove toxins and reduce food cravings. It'll renew unhealthy skin. So another important balance in your body that a lot of people don't know about, and I love talking about this one because I think it's so interesting. Everything you put into your body is either alkaline or acidic, and your body is intended to be alkaline. That's where you're the healthiest. Diseases cannot live in an alkaline state. They thrive in an acidic state. So everything you're putting there is pushing you one way or the other. You know, you're eating something that's acid forming, then your body gets a little more acidic. It's important to have a balanced diet that's a good combination of both and can keep you a little bit on the alkaline side. So some foods that you think of as acidic, like probably you guys are thinking tomatoes and lemons, these aren't actually acid forming. They're alkaline forming in your body. The acid forming foods are the ones that we really want to target. And we're going to talk about those. But what's so cool about it is it's really not, this isn't like, I'm not giving you like a magic pill. This is science. It all comes down to what you're putting into your body and how it's reacting. So here are some foods that are acid forming, and we're going to talk about them. Stick with me, okay? Because I'm going to talk you through these. It looks scary at first. I promise it's not. Refined sugar, dairy, gluten, soy, coffee, alcohol, and corn. Okay, so these are all things that during the 28 days you'll want to remove from your diet. Like I said, I know it sounds scary. There's 3 really big ones. I'm going to talk you through them: dairy, gluten, and soy. Coffee and alcohol. Coffee itself isn't that bad, right? It's what we put in coffee. We load coffee with creamer and sugar. Coffee itself has some really good healthy qualities to it. So if you're drinking a black coffee here and there, that's not terrible. We do also have a product that has caffeine that will help you get through that. Like I said, I was one who was addicted to coffee. If I slept in past my normal bedtime, past my normal wake up time, I would wake up with a headache because I need to have that coffee first thing in the morning. Okay. So I was able to get through that with some of Arbonne's products, and we'll talk about those. Alcohol is another one. I have 3 kids. I did not go 28 days without having a drink. Okay. But vodka is gluten-free. So I stuck to that, right? Some people cheat with a glass of wine here and there, no big deal. But the big ones, dairy. Dairy is a huge one. So we are the only mammal that drinks another mammal's milk. And if you stop and think about that for a minute, like that's a big deal. You don't need cow's milk any more than you need the milk from a dog or a giraffe. Okay, so it's one issue with dairy is that it's really acid forming, and people always say, no, I thought dairy was so basic, alkaline forming. It's not. It's acid forming in your body. It contains hormones and antibiotics, right? So I thought I was doing the right thing for my kids going to buy organic milk, like no added hormones there. We're fine. We got this. Think about when people lactate. There are so many hormones going through your body. So even if, a lot of conventional farmers are pumping the hormones into their cows to get them to continue to lactate when it's not natural to do so, but even if it's organic milk and they're lactating naturally, there are naturally cow hormones in that milk, right? So that's a big deal. For some people, it's very, very hard to consider taking dairy out of your diet. I loved cheese. But there are so many alternatives on the market now. It's really exciting. Ben & Jerry's just came out with a vegan ice cream. I went to Whole Foods in Bedford for the first time, and I swear half of their dairy section is dairy-free options. They've got like spreadable cheese. They've got melting cheese. They've got anything you could want made from like cashews or almonds or something that's better for you. So like I said, this is a scary thing for a lot of people. I just want to remind you, this is a 28-day program. After the 28 days, you slowly add things back in to see what works for your body, but it only takes 20 days to form a habit. So you're already out of the habit of having dairy by the end of this. So it really makes it easy for you. The other two big ones are gluten and soy. They're both acid forming. Gluten is that sticky substance that holds the wheat together, but there's actually 4 times as much gluten in the wheat plants as there used to be, and that's because of the way our food's being processed. In Italy, it's not like that. People can have a gluten intolerance here, but they can go to Italy and have pasta and have no problem whatsoever. It's the way we're processing our wheat that's a problem. So I just want to actually skip, I'll come back to that one, but this woman right here, this is a really impactful before and after to me, because there was a week and a half between these two pictures. She had a huge gluten sensitivity. She didn't know it. That was just all inflammation going on in her face. It's estimated that 2 million Americans have celiac or some sort of gluten sensitivity, and 83% of them are actually undiagnosed. So Amy, one of the girls who sells Arbonne as well, she had, from the age of 3, she was told she had terrible allergies. She was allergic to everything, dust mites, pollen, everything. And she was on 3 different medications, and she was on an inhaler for allergies. When she did this program and took gluten out of her diet, those allergies went away. She was able to get rid of those medications. She was no longer giving her paycheck to the pharmacy because she didn't need the medications anymore. So I'm going to go back to soy, because soy is the third big one. I thought, again, I was doing great healthy things, giving my kids tofu and edamame, and everything was great. But soy contains phytoestrogens, and phytoestrogens actually mimic the female hormone estrogen. The problem with that is that we have enough estrogen in our bodies, right? I don't want any more hormones in my body. I don't want my kids to have estrogen in their body, and I certainly don't think that my husband needs estrogen. So this is why you want to stay away from soy. And you might say to me, Kim, I don't have soy. I don't like Chinese food. I never have soy, but that's not the case. Soy is in so many packaged foods. So you want to keep that in mind when you're looking at labels. Soy is a big one. It's in a lot of things, and you want to keep that one out of your system. So increasing nutrient intake is one of the things that I said is important on this program. And how do we do that? We eat healthier. And we kind of take a look at what's in the food that we're eating. So there's just not as many nutrients in the standard vegetables as there used to be. And that's because farmers are planting the crops differently. So in 1966, a 100-gram serving of green beans had 56 grams of calcium. And in 1999, that same serving of green beans provided only 37 grams of calcium. And the reason for that is because farmers aren't rotating their crops like they're supposed to, or like they used to. But, it takes time to rotate the crops, and time is money. So they plant the green beans in the same spot every single year, but that soil is so deprived of calcium that we're not getting what we should from those green beans anymore. So another important aspect of this is to balance blood sugar. That's important for weight loss. It's important to get your energy back. It's important to prevent disease. So what happens is you eat something in the morning, you wake up, you have breakfast, maybe a carb, bowl of cereal, bagel, whatever, and it spikes your blood sugar, and you're great. And then you have that crash at 10 o'clock or so. And so you need a snack, or you need something else to keep you going. Some people reach for a protein bar thinking they're doing the right thing, but the protein bars on the market are so full of sugar that it's just spiking your blood sugar back up. And there's this constant rise constant rise and fall of insulin in your body throughout the day. Okay, and that causes inflammation and that actually causes weight gain. So we want to keep our blood sugar steady, and we've got a lot of products that help us do that. So detoxing and weight loss. What is a toxin, first of all? A toxin is something that can't be digested or burned as energy. They come from anything. They come from the stuff that you put on your skin. It takes 26 seconds, you guys, for something you put on your skin to enter your bloodstream. So they can come from that. They can come from, like I said, the prescriptions. They can come from the food that you're eating. But what happens is when your body recognizes a toxin, it takes fat and it forms a fat cell around the toxin to protect your organs. But the more toxins you consume, the more you've got like these fat cells in your body to protect your organs, but your body's just holding on to them. So you see people who have difficulty losing weight, or you might see people who have like the skinny arms, the skinny legs, but they've got this like belly, and that's just toxic fat hanging out there. So what we want to do, this is the benefits really of a detox. A lot of people can lose weight. If you put your mind to it, people can lose weight, but detoxing is so essential, because if you take a look at this first person, it's somebody who wanted to lose weight, and they dieted, they calorie counted, exercised, whatever you need to do, but they didn't get rid of the toxins. Okay, so there's still all those toxins in their body in that second picture. And what happens is, remember what I said, the toxins, your body sends fat cells to those toxins to insulate them and protect your organs. So you've still got all those toxins, and they're still all going to be insulated. So you're just going to end up right back like the first picture. It's just a vicious cycle. When you cleanse on a cellular level, which is what this program does, you get rid of those toxins. Okay, so what happens is you go through this 28-day clean eating program and you rid your body of the toxins, and then you're this little person over on the right, you don't have those toxins hanging out in your body. So after the program, we say you can eat 80-20, 80% of the time, follow the clean eating diet, eat the foods that you know are good for you. 20% of the time, do what you have to do. Eat apple pie at grandma's house, eat pizza with your kids, do what you need to do, but just know that it's not going to stay on you the same way, because you don't have those toxins that are grabbing for the fat and holding on to it from what you eat. So if you follow it 80% of the time ongoing, it's something that you're going to be able to maintain. So Arbonne has a ton of tools for success. All of our products are formulated without gluten. They're soy and dairy free for the obvious reasons we just discussed. But there's also, Arbonne thinks of everything. It's in recyclable, carbon neutral packaging, vegan certified, no fillers, no artificial flavors or sweeteners. They're low on the glycemic index. They're botanically based, which means everything is made from a plant, a flower, or an herb. No animal byproducts whatsoever. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's gross. You don't want that in your food or your products. Non-GMO, and we're kosher. So I'm going to get started with these tools, and this is all stuff that's included in our 28-day clean eating challenge. It comes with 2 bags of protein shakes. They each have 30 servings in them. Some people do 1 shake a day. Some people do 2. It depends on what your goals are. These have most proteins have whey, okay? And whey is a derivative of dairy, and we've talked about dairy. These are a vegan protein. They have 20 grams of protein, and the protein actually comes from yellow peas, rice, and cranberries. Why peas? It doesn't taste like peas, I promise you that. Peas are highly digestible. It's a complete protein source. They are 98% absorbable, where the whey proteins aren't 98% absorbable. I don't know the percentage, but it's not even close to that. Peas delay and prevent kidney damage, and peas are anti-inflammatory. I might have already said that one, sorry. So you get 2 bags of that. Another really cool product, this is one of my favorites, is the Fizz sticks. And these are, they're your energy. They're your caffeine replacement. I was able to get rid of coffee. I still don't drink coffee because I found that these give me a much more calm level of energy, if that even makes any sense. They don't give me like the coffee jitters like coffee does. So they give me a lasting energy. They're alkaline forming, and remember we talked about why alkaline is so important. There's no artificial sweeteners. It says 10, there's actually 13 calories in a packet. They've got a lot of really cool things in them. They have B vitamins and everybody knows B vitamins are the happy vitamins. They have rhodiola to improve your mood, ginseng to improve endurance, guarana, that's the caffeine. They have chromium to balance your blood sugar. Remember, that's important. And they have 4 times the amount of antioxidants that you'll find in a cup of green tea. So the clean eating package comes with 2 boxes of these, a box of pomegranate, a box of citrus, and there are 30 in each box. The next product is your Digestion Plus. This is your probiotic, your prebiotic, and your digestive enzyme, and this is so important to set your body up for a good day. This goes into your gut. It makes sure that your gut's going to be able to function throughout the day. You drink it in, you dissolve it in 1 to 4 ounces of water and just shoot it in the morning. And it's so important. It's a patented blend of the prebiotic and the probiotic. And why that's so important is because the prebiotic in there really helps clear the way. So the probiotic makes it to your to the acid juices to do the job that it's intended to do. So the program comes with 1 box of that, which is 30 sticks of 30 digestion sticks. Another part of the program is the fiber boost. This is you add this to your shakes. You put in a scoop or a half a scoop to a scoop, whatever works for you. It helps you feel fuller longer. The fiber, for those of you who don't know the importance of fiber, fiber is like a little Pac-Man or a sponge, and it goes through your system and it just kind of cleans out all the extra stuff that your body can't get rid of naturally. It's a bonus. It does help to balance your blood sugar. So the average person should have 25 grams of fiber per day, and we're getting about 7 in our diet naturally, even when we're eating healthy. So 1 scoop of this, just 1 scoop has 12 grams of fiber. Little tip, I don't know if you guys have kids. I put this in my shakes, but I'll also add this to stuff that they're eating if I don't feel as though they're having a really balanced diet that day. Okay, the 7-day cleanse, stick with me here. This is another scary one. This is not as scary as it looks, right? This is on the 3rd week. We do a 7-day cleanse. Okay, this is little packets and you dissolve them in 32 ounces of water and you drink them slowly throughout the day. You drink them, and this is important, alongside your normal day's food. You don't starve yourself. You don't only drink the cleanse for a week. You're still drinking your protein shakes. You're still having your fiber. You're still drinking your fizz sticks. You're still eating your dairy-free, gluten-free, clean eating meals throughout the day. This is just something you add to it. And the reason we do that in the 3rd week is because it actually takes your body 2 weeks to naturally get rid of toxins. So something you eat today, you ate cheese pizza today, that's in your system for 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, we give your body that amount of time to clean it out naturally. So when we go in with this cleanse after those 2 weeks, on the 3rd week, it's a much more gentle cleanse. And it is going to, can you guys see that? Do you see the pop-up that just came up on my screen? No? Okay. So it's a much more gentle cleanse, and it's going to allow your body to clean out naturally. It's not that scary type of cleanse. You're not going to end up in the bathroom all day. It's not like that. It's much more gentle, like I said. The next product is the Herbal Detox Tea. Oh, no. Okay, the next product, it's not letting me do anything. All right, I'm just going to talk about it. Sorry, my slideshow stopped. The next product is the Herbal Detox Tea, okay? And that is, it comes with 40 bags of tea. That's something that's going to help you purify the liver, the kidneys, and the bladder. And you drink those 1 or 2 a day. I would put my fizz stick in them in the morning to give me the caffeine in like a warm mug because I was used to my coffee, or now I have them at night instead of snacking. And that's all. That's what our program consists of. So just as an overview, you're removing dairy, you're removing gluten, you're removing soy, you're getting rid of processed junk, and you're feeding yourself healthy stuff. You can eat all the veggies you want. Fruits, you want to stick to fruits that are low on the glycemic index. So green apples, berries, lemons and limes are fine. Brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, nuts and seeds, beans, turkey, chicken, beef, and fish. These are all things that you can eat. And the cool thing is we do have a program online on Facebook. For the 1st and 3rd Monday of every month, we actually launch a group of 300 to 500 participants who are all doing this at the same time. So in that group, you get a bunch of recipes, you get menus, a bunch of things to help you, tools to help you along the way, a coach that'll help you out through the program, and other people who are going through it, who are asking questions, who are giving answers. So you have kind of a group to help you through, because for some people that team mentality really helps you out. So I'm sorry, my computer froze. And so I apologize that I'm not able to pull up the next slide that I wanted to pull up. But I wanted to share this program with you, like I said, and this is Nina's party. So Nina, you will go to Nina's website. I'm going to have Nina post it on the Facebook page for her website. If you have a host who invited you, type their name in as the host. This whole package can be purchased for $255.60. Now, before you get sticker shock there, I know that's a big purchase. I know it's a big decision. It's for your health. It's so worth it. There's nothing better to spend money on than your own health. And it works out to about $8.23 a day. So if you think about that, it's really, it's replacing 1 or 2 meals and your coffee for the day. So I easily spend $8.23 on that any day. So that's really what I wanted to leave you with. If with this program, you actually become a preferred client, which another benefit of that is you are able to get a free $50 product. You get to pick out a free product for $50 with it, and you get 20% off anything you order for a year. Now, the month of May, we're offering we're waiving, usually there's a $20 fee to become a preferred client, but only for the month of May, Arbonne is waiving that fee. So if you were to purchase this in the month of May, you wouldn't have the $20 fee. You would still be able to get that free product and the 20% off ongoing. So I encourage you to reach out to us with any questions that you have. My computer, like I said, has completely frozen, so I'm sorry I'm not even able to take you guys off mute, but I think you can unmute yourselves if you have any questions for me right now. Otherwise, we'll keep that Facebook party page open so that you guys can submit questions that way. And reach out to me, reach out to Nina, reach out to the person who invited you, and let us know how we can help you out. Like I said, it's a great way, going into summer, it's a great way to make some changes for yourself, for the people around you, to make sure that everybody can live a healthier life. And it's a lifestyle change. It's not just a quick fad diet. So if anybody has any questions right now, go ahead. I'll open up you can open up your lines. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, and we can just revisit on the Facebook page. Does anybody have any questions for me? No? All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. I'm so sorry about the technical trouble. I need to figure this out, but thank you for listening, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Bye.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Nina. Nina, I don't even know how to close my computer right now. It's completely frozen.
I wish I could help you out with that, but I'm not really sure.
That's okay. I'm just going to turn it off.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Thanks again. I'll see you when I see you.
All right. Sounds good. We'll chat later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.